All right, who do we have here?
Well, folks, welcome to the next edition of Guest Rose Virtual, and we are graced with Ophir Horn's
Great.
presence, the head of engineering, our fearless leader.
Hello,
he
everybody.
he decided to not hit the decline button for this one, as we were just
Mm-hmm.
talking about how crazy Zoom meetings have been getting for us. But this is one we knew you were going to keep.
Yeah,
Yeah. Welcome.
I feel so lucky.
Just a bit of sarcasm there.
Yeah.
For those of us who are listening and don't have the pleasure of knowing you, tell folks a little bit about you. How'd you come to Indigo? Who are you? What do you do now? And SparkNotes version of that story.
Okay, thanks. I'm the head of engineering at Indigo. That's what I do. I had an interesting journey into the States. We came to the States from Israel about 15 years ago. And that was through a series of decisions that end up being pretty nice decisions, but we didn't see that coming. We came through an acquisition of a startup that ended up being bought, and then I stayed in that larger company. I stayed for a while, and then the startup bug came back to me, and I decided to quit and open my own startup. That worked marginally, and then I had to quit that and move to another startup, and that startup ended up being bought by Indigo. Telus Labs is a startup that was dealing with a lot of satellite imagery related to agriculture. So when we joined Indigo, it was a very good fit to see how we can join our technologies with Indigo's mission. And then that's how I landed in Indigo and evolved over there. That's an interesting story that is hard to tell, though.
It's in that acquisition of TELUS happened like late 2018, right? Is that right around there?
No, it's October 17, I think.
October
Like
17?
late,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'm big on dates. Yeah.
Indigo years we seem to live in a different time horizon. Seems so long ago.
I remember you guys strolling in. We met in David Perry's office and gave you the crash course on how to recruit at Indigo before you were officially an Indigo person.
I remember that well. Yeah, that was very
gone from there.
8 years ago. Yeah,
I know, it's a long time ago. Tell us a little bit more about. I mean, you gave us your title, but tell us a little bit more about what you do at Indigo now.
So Indigo's engineering is 130 strong, give or take. So it's a pretty decent engineering organization. It's split to, we are organized around two major offerings. One is the marketplace and the other one is the carbon effort that I'm sure if you look up the Indigo website, you'll hear more about. Both are extremely interesting. This is how we split our teams. My main job is to make sure that these both efforts are both funded and well functioning, in addition to obviously set up the proper processes and proper disciplines that are required to build a really good engineering organization. So this is what I do. Most of the work is actually done by the team, honestly. I just reap all the benefits and the credit. So that's why I'm lucky.
Yeah, and I mean, you could give a slight nod to the recruiting team that helps out, but it's okay. I
will. It's coming.
Well, all right. Well, so that's only a snippet of really what you do. I mean, so a lot of other things that you provide, a lot of other leadership qualities here that are invaluable, but what is your superpower? What is one thing that people who know you or don't know you, that they'd be surprised to hear that's your superpower?
I can tell you what his kryptonite is if we have more time at the end of this.
Kryptonite, you'll go for it. You're 100% right for sure. So you said two things. I'll answer not exactly to your question, but I think because I think that people know that. Okay, like they're not going to be surprised by that. I think that the thing that there's two things about that. One, call it Israeli, not call it, but basically I'm very direct. That is both superpower, and also not always. It depends on the style. But the good news about this is that when you learn to work with me, you always get exactly what I tell you. Not there is no agendas, no whatever. This is how it goes. So that's one that allows me to get people to be true. Okay, like to be true with me most of the time, which is a power multiplier. And the second one is I'm motivated. The where I'm coming from. I'm coming from building stuff. And we talked about before we started hitting record is like I've found the last few months and I stopped coding. I managed to keep on coding through the career all the way through. And the minute I don't have any time to code anymore, I need to do something with my hands. Now I'm building stuff like literally, wood and carpentry and whatnot. The whole point is that the motivation is to build something great. And that by itself, when people know that allows to align. Like it's very easy to align around. Like it's easier to align a really good engineering team around building really good products. So that by itself allows you to get and attract. And by the way, did I mention we have a really good recruiting team that allows us to?
There we go. There it is.
Tell me more.
But it's really I found out through my career at different levels. It actually doesn't matter which level it is. That is the thing that allows you to maintain a level of confidence, a level of trust, and also direct the motivation towards the right thing.
Well, jump right into it. Well, welcome back, folks. This is the Act 2 of the Ophir podcast. We did a wardrobe change. We did a few locale changes. We really like to mix things up here on the podcast. Actually, in reality, I'm the one that's recording this Zoom video, and the power at my house went out when we were recording this. So, technical difficulties. What's life without excitement, right? I mean, it's no big deal. You battle, you adapt, you overcome. So we carved out more time on Ophir's calendar to do this a couple days afterwards. So that's the reason for the change. But we'll jump right back into things. So you've already learned who we're meeting with and who he is. His superpower, I'm excited about, what I love, but we'll pick things up from there.
Alrighty. So jumping right back into things. One thing we wanted to ask you is, as a leader in the engineering space, you've obviously seen, different eng organizations, different companies as a whole. So we're curious what, from your perspective, makes Indigo unique, and specifically, within engineering, why would or should an engineer want to come work at Indigo?
Okay, cool. Hello, everybody again. I think that the best way to answer that. So engineering at Indigo is a good team. It's a lot of passionate people working hard, trying to do right by our customers, which are growers. But what the answer to the question, what makes it unique? I think that answer is actually much bigger than just engineering. It's for the entire company. The thing that I can say that unites all of Indigo, I think you guys can join me in this, is that everybody in this company is obviously working for the pay, but also join the company for the mission. There's not, I said it before. It's funny, like I feel like how many times I said this, but the interesting part is that as I joined the company about a month after we got bought by Indigo as a startup. After a month, I told my wife that it's interesting that I think that the bar for me joining companies has just gone up. I don't see myself, and I think that whole feeling is mutual to most people here. I don't see how I can continue working in a company that doesn't have something good or does actually something more than just work. And I think that whole, I know it sounds very emotional, but it's the funny thing is that once you start doing that, it starts mattering. It actually matters a lot. So I think that's the biggest thing that joins everybody in Indigo, which makes it a very unique company.
So it's an easy place to drink the Kool-Aid, as we say.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, when I hear that, it feels like, are you drinking the Kool-Aid? But, I've been in multiple companies that it was much harder to drink the Kool-Aid. Let's just say, like, if it's Kool-Aid, then it's pretty sweet.
Totally organic. How do you, if you were, I wasn't really going to ask this, but if we take that answer and bring that down to a more granular level and make it engineering specific, how would you answer that? Just as it relates to, engineers have a lot of options out there, even in this market. Why, from an engineering, I guess, purely engineering focused perspective, why would an engineer be excited to come work here?
Well, there's a couple of ways, but I want to limit the amount of Kool-Aid here. This is not my style to pour too much Kool-Aid.
I can attest to that.
there's a couple of things going on here, and that you, as everybody as an engineer, as you said, have many options. They will choose their own. They will make their own decisions. I can only share why I'm here. Okay, and I think that sentiment is shared, but that's my perspective. I think that, as I said before, the mission is really important. But the other interesting part is, call it the opportunity or call it a unique situation that it seems that the thing we're doing, or the innovation and the technology we're bringing, agriculture seems to be one of the last industries that were not fully automated or not fully, digitized, or whatever the right term for this is. And the interesting part is that working on it, on that, looking at how the users, what farmers and how business is being conducted. If you look at this and you see how your current world is with the different in other medias and other areas, the potential is just through the roof. And I don't know of many other, again, Kool-Aid, but many other industries that have that potential. So, three things: mission, just humongous potential, and then actually we have a pretty good team. So, like, joining this, you have a set of passionate people who like to work, are very nice together. It's just fun to work. So I think it's the best of all worlds together.
Am I still closing?
You're still closing.
Okay, nice.
Did I say that I work here, by the way? So
yeah, along with head of engineering, you're the head Kool-Aid maker too.
Yeah, the drinker, at least the drinker.
Definitely the drinker, yeah.
All right. Well, I'll wrap this up with a somewhat familiar question, but in terms of moving forward this year, I don't know what the new normal will be, but from an engineering perspective, what are you excited about? Maybe you could speak to the product, or I guess however you want to answer this question. What are you excited about moving into the rest of 2020 and beyond?
Interesting. I think so. I think this year, 2020, is an interesting or pivotal year at Indigo. This is the year where everybody's talking about the hockey stick. This is the year when I'm expecting to see the beginning of the hockey stick happening. So that's very, very exciting times. It's also very challenging. It's hard to change so fast, but that is the year. So I'm looking forward to see how we grow dramatically, and that what this means beyond the the potential, the different potential we discussed. But it also means that we are actually making a difference in the lives of our customers, and they are changing. They are beginning to adapt. So that numbers will also mean. So I can't wait for that to happen.
Awesome. Well,
that was not Kool-Aid though.
No.
That's still Kool-Aid. I still like that Kool-Aid.
Lemonade, little sweet, little sour.
It's lunchtime soon, right?
Oh, bingo.
Hungry, yeah.
Well, hey, thank you again, Ophir, for sitting with us on 2 different occasions.
Pleasure.
Well, everyone, till next time, stay tuned. We have more folks coming on to share more Kool-Aid, more flavors of Kool-Aid. But till next time, thank you.
See you.
I guess.
Thanks.
Thank you.